Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, guys, this is it, all right? We have finally got to the end of the road. This is my last two episodes, the recap of, riches, okay? Episodes 5 and 6. We got number 5, what needs to be done. We got 6. Forgive maybe, forget never, child, okay? We got secrets dropping left and right and lies being told, y'all. Every little step Nina takes getting closer to the truth. The more answers she get, the more questions she have, all right? She's trying to find out what is going on. What am I missing? What is the truth? You got daggone Mama Stella got her groove back, a.k.a. Claudia, out here giving big donations to the church. She's feeling like she's on top of the world right now. Sitting on top of the world, top of the world, top of the world, all right? And nothing could possibly go wrong. We got Andre hanging his hat above his head, trying to count his chickens before they hatch, child, buying these expensive ass watches, all right? And we basically have Nina over here getting down to the nitty gritty of what really was going on out here in Zurich. So let's go ahead and get into this episode, y'all, all right? And break it all the way down, take it all the way from the top, okay? So as we get into this episode, of course, like I said, Nina done went over here to talk to this doctor and try to find out, like, listen, my father died, okay? He had a heart attack, and he was making all these trips out here, spending all this different type of money. And so what is really the truth? And the doctor was telling her, like, okay, I'm going to let you know. First of all, I only seen your dad once, okay? It was back in January last year. He came to me to get a second opinion. And he was like, I told him that I basically agreed with everything the doctors that he had already been seeing and what they said, I felt that his cancer was inoperable. And I told him to get his affairs in order. So she's like, well, he made 7 other trips within a 5-month period. So how was it that you're saying you saw him once? And he was like, I can't speak to, what he was out here with those other trips for. Okay, I don't know nothing about them because I only saw him once. Maybe he was seeing some other doctors out here as well. So she was like, okay, thank you, Now, moving on from there, we just basically still, we had her go out for this drink, right? And in the process of her going out for this drink and her getting annoyed because this guy actually came up to her and thought she was a damn escort, this was kind of a blessing in disguise, because when the driver's driving her back and he's talking to her, he's like, oh, I used to take your father here. So she was like, and what is that? Now come to find out, Daddy Stephen had a vote, child, that was full of daggone papers, and the only other name on this to be able to open it besides his is hers. So it's like the plot thickens, okay? What is in here and why would he have her name on it? Is like he really was expecting for her to come here and do these investigations and look into these things and stay at the same place. He had all of this set up. So this is like really making her feel like what's really going on here, right? And he got a whole bunch of papers in here, child. We don't know what everything is, but we know one of the things that she came across was the fact that Stephen was actually doing investigations on Claudia, and when she's asking Gideon, did he know about this? He's saying no. Now, we got Gus over here laid up with damn Sasha, child, okay? He finally bumping, grinding with her, and he finds out, child, Sasha got a whole kid. He like, wait a minute, a kid? Apparently, he knew nothing about this, all right? He's also over here just jonesing and loving up on the fact that she got this beautiful skin in the morning. He's like, girl, you woke up and put makeup on. She's like, no, this is my natural face. Now, at first, he laughing about it, but then he's like, you're serious? And he's like, well, what you use on your face? So she tells him it's some type of Korean face mask, and he's like, well, damn. This gives him an idea as far as their company goes, where even though this is not usually, his marketing things he would be into, but he over here testing face mask and everything, Alicia laughing at him, and he does this pitch for her. And so they get this idea where he's like, we always taking care of beauty in here. Why we not in on the face market too? So he decides that they're going to go ahead and write, because we got Ultimate coming through. They doing this tour with Andre. He's like, oh, look at him. He's the big man showing them all around. She was like, do you wish it was you? He like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Let him go ahead and enjoy it. So they come in, Ultimate does, right? And introduce themselves to Alicia and us and telling them how, ain't nothing gonna change. We gonna keep everything the same. They like, oh, it's great to hear that, right? Now Maureen even stops Andre to the side, child, and lets them know, listen, I see that watch you got on. You know, you seem like you doing big things, but watch out. Let's not forget that this family is always going to put their family first. So we see that there's a little bit of a connection between Maureen and Andre, right? So I was like, interesting. Now, you know, like I said, Ultimate had came in and said things was never going to change. And we remember when Nina turned to Alicia and them as far as a white company coming in and taking over. And do you really think they're going to be putting your needs and what you see, you know, for your community and your people to be putting that out in the streets, child? So they go ahead into this office and they're like, oh, we got this idea. Ultimate basically tells them, long story short, child, nope, is going to be a no from us. All right, you do what we say to do. You still have to get our permission, even though you are so-called CEOs, because we kind of feel like if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? We want you to continue doing what you was already doing, especially with the money problems you guys are having. We don't want to really branch out to something new. And they're like, no, not only that, Ultimate kind of already got the face mask thing covered, so we don't need y'all coming in and, you know, thinking that y'all gonna basically get into that too, right? So basically stay in your place. So Nina had a point to what she was saying to Alicia, okay, is what they had to learn the hard way. Now, Wanda gives her boyfriend a chance to come clean, right? They're doing this, you know, she's taping this video for him of him doing this audition, and he's complaining about how, you know, oh, I'm a bigger actor than this, and I deserve better than this. This script isn't even anything, and she has it all on recording. Just keep that in mind. And so she says to him, like, oh, well, you know, I found out who leaked the story. And he was like, really, who? She was like, yeah, it was Alicia. He gonna talk about some, oh, she always was jealous, so that makes sense, right? Then all of a sudden now he needs to go out. I say, yeah, okay, buddy, we see you for what you are, right? And so obviously he didn't come clean. That's what probably she was thinking he was gonna do, but he just rolled with it and was like, oh yeah, we always knew Alicia wasn't about nothing, right? She was a hater, so it makes sense. So anyway, you know, you still got Miss Nina looking through all these records. Now, the more she looked, like I said, the more she finds. She even finds something that shows that this whole time when she thought her father was never sending her mother anything, apparently he was. He was taking care of them their whole life, right? But she kept thinking that it was basically some type of cousin from their family. So at one point she's even talking to Simon about this, saying, how is it that she was getting money the whole time and we didn't know? And he was like, I don't know, maybe you need to sit down and go ahead and talk to mama and figure all this out. You know, at one point he was even telling her, like, why don't you take a break and come home? You do not belong there. But Nina being Nina, she just was like, I'll talk to you later, hung up that phone and was still looking into stuff. You know, she's asking Gideon, did he know about anything with the Claudia investigation? And he's saying, no, I had no clue, but, you know, I will go ahead and look into this, right? And Nina was saying, how the hell could Claudia want to steal from her own, you know, children? Like, what's really the truth? What's going on? Like, I think a lot of things about her, but I didn't think that she could stoop that low, right? And then we see that when she picks up this folder, something else falls out of that, honey, but we don't get to see what it is. I said, girl, show us too, Nina. We want to know. We want to know what else are you seeing in there, okay? Spill the tea. Let us know too, right? But of course, they don't show us at that time. So she just was looking at it like, wait, what? What is this? What's going on, right? And had this big gas. And I'm like, girl, I want to know. So moving on from there, you know, we have Nina, well, no, I'm sorry, I'm skipping. We have them all go to, you know, mama's house, right? They saying how she wanted to have this dinner, okay, with the whole family there. But Wanda get there and Wanda like, well, why the hell she wanted to have this dinner and she not even freaking in here with us, right? Then they looking at Gus because he all being googly eyes over here doing his texting with Sasha. And they like, oh, Lord, he done got somebody new or whatever. We gonna have to keep an eye out for that because we know how he get down and we need to learn more about who she is because she could just be a gold digger, you know, trying to use him. And Wanda basically ends up telling Alicia, like, girl, I know it wasn't you that set everything up and talked to the reporter. And she was like, oh, really? What gave you the clue? So she was like, it actually was my man. And she like, really? You know, Alicia's like, I always knew he was trash and he wasn't about nothing or whatever. She was like, well, what are you going to do about that? Wanda gonna turn and say to Alicia, well, I don't know because I'm not like you and I can't be by myself. I said, girl, really? That's what you gonna say? Okay. So now when Wanda is getting up to leave or whatever, on her way out, she bumps into Nina coming in. And she like, girl, what are you doing out here lurking or whatever? And she was like, did my mother invite you to dinner? So Nina tells her no. And Nina thanked her for doing the vote. And she was like, well, what good did it do? You know, so she go ahead and leave. And Nina walk in. And baby, we found out what was in them damn files, child. Nina come up in there and she was like, well, what are you doing here? You know what I'm saying? She was like, I think we need to talk, honey, because there's some things going on that we got to discuss, all right? And, you know, she was telling them, y'all don't like your damn doors around here, because she was able to just walk on in. You know, she was like, saying, you know, shouldn't you be packing your bags? And Claudia was like, you got some nerve. She was like, trust me, you gonna want to hear this, baby, okay? And it's up to you whether, you know what I'm saying, you want to discuss it in front of everybody. And so here it is, Claudia talking about some, you know, you lost the battle. And Nina told her, I lost the battle, but the war is still on, honey. Okay, so they got had to sit down and have this discussion, baby. And Nina started spilling the tea. She was like, you know, I kept wondering why my father was basically saying his descendant. Why would he word it that way, you know? And she was like, it just wasn't adding up. It wasn't making sense. That was a weird way to phrase it, okay? And baby, I found these daggone papers, and you know what I'm saying, obviously he had did a DNA test on all his kids to make sure that they was all his. And you know, Claudia like, and you know, being all uppity or whatever, and she was like, and I think you better take a look at that, because Wanda wasn't his at all, okay? So Claudia wanted to be like, oh, it was just one time. And Nina was like, girl, I don't give a damn about your shenanigans. Now that made me laugh, because remember when it was the opposite way, and Claudia was talking to Dre, and Dre was like trying to explain himself with Davina, and was saying, we never said we was exclusive. Claudia was like, I don't give a damn about you and your, you know what I'm saying, your trollops that you want to be out there with or whatever. My kids is looking at me like I'm hot in the ass and I'm out here with everybody, right? Like I'm loose. So it kind of reminded me of that moment between them two. Now, mind you, Miss Wanda's over here at the club dancing or whatever, having her good time, trying to unwind and I guess take her mind off her damn man. And when she goes in the bathroom, she's hearing these chicks talking about her up inside this stall, okay? Just basically saying how the man is using her for her money. You know, that's all there is to use her for, because she ain't got nothing else going on. She don't look this way. She don't talk that way. She don't act this way. You know, she's been paying for all his things, and now he's stuck. He's in her big house living rent free. So when they come out, she's standing out there. And of course, they did not expect for her to be standing out there. So now they're stuttering and they talking about some, oh God, wait a minute, how Wanda and all of this stuttering. So she was like, oh, hey, girl. She was like, y'all want my sloppy seconds? Y'all can have him. Go ahead and have fun, because you know what? I'm too basic anyway. And they were like, wait a minute, we weren't. And she was like, y'all weren't what? And basically chased them off. So I said, yeah, Wanda, okay, we like to see it. Okay, she calling them silly bitches or whatever. I said, that's cute, but we want to see what you going to do to old Doodle Bird, you know what I'm saying, that you got at home that obviously is trash on trash on trash, child. We want to see you throw him out. So in the meantime, you know, Claudia was trying to tell Nina that he was a paranoid fool. That don't mean nothing. She was like, how I know these test results is even real? You probably made them up. And Nina was like, oh, you think I'm playing with you? You think it's still a game? You still don't realize that this is serious shit right now. Oh, okay. That's what we're going to do. We're going to play. So she go to walk away, and Claudia's like, wait. She was like, what if I get the money back? No, because I'm sorry. Nina at first was saying, give me the money back, right? She thinks it's Claudia that stole the money. But Claudia was like, no, I'm telling you, I did not have anything to do with the money. She was like, was it Andre? Are you going to protect Andre over your damn daughter? So she tells her, what if I get you the company back, right? If I tell the shareholders, never mind, it's not too late. It has not been signed off yet. And I could tell them that I made a mistake. And Nina says, if you could get me the company back, then maybe we could talk, right? So at this point now, Claudia's calling a meeting for everybody to come in and tell them that she made a mistake and the company is going back to Nina, right? And of course, they all looking at her like they got three heads. They like, what happened? Because they know that Claudia would not just change her mind and all of a sudden be giving the damn company over to Nina for no damn reason. And they're saying we know it's more to the story, and of course neither one of them are telling them the truth, right? Nina's just basically like, it is what it is, I'm in charge now. She was like, I don't need y'all support, I would like it but I don't have to have it. And she tells them she got work to do. She gets up and walks out and calls Gideon in her office. And in the meantime, Andre goes chasing after damn Claudia, and telling her she made a mistake. What is she doing? He was like, we was just so close, we almost had it. She telling him we lost, give it up. He was like, nah, I didn't lost nothing. And he was like, I'm gonna come back for you or whatever, right? This is not gonna be the end of it, because he said at the end of the day, her and her kids are gonna be okay. They're shareholders. But he was like, I could end up losing my job and getting arrested for this. In the meantime, Maureen over here looking at him like, see, I told you, didn't I just finish telling you a little while ago? Watch out for this family. At the end of the day, it's always going to be family first. And he go in the office and beating down the damn walls. Okay, breaking one of his certificates he had up on the daggone wall, because he's pissed off now that she backed out of the agreement. And she over here trying to tell Gus and Alicia like, oh, didn't y'all just finish saying that Ultimate wasn't even letting y'all do what y'all wanted to do or whatever, and they turned you down, so y'all should be happy about this. She was like, this was a big mistake, and I should have just listened and did what Steven wanted to be done to begin with. I should have never went against his wishes. And they just all looking like, huh? This is not making no sense, right? Of course, to any of them. Now, in the meantime, we got Nina back in charge, all right? And Claudia say, maybe she needs to go ahead and take a damn break and get away. Now, when Nina called Gideon in the office, she basically now is showing him where all these things, too conveniently in my opinion, even though I don't care for him, are leading to Andre, right? And he's saying he gonna find what he can and try to help her out and get more info, because he's like, wow, yeah, this looks really suspicious. So at one point he does come back to her with supposedly more info that proves that Andre did it, and he's telling her that he's so sorry about this, right? So basically Andre ends up getting arrested, child, and getting brought in on these charges of fraud. And the cop is being mad funny, like, oh, look at you with this expensive watch. This must cost a whole lot. And he's saying, don't I get one phone call? And she over here talking about oh, this is your first time in here. How shocking. I say, yeah, okay, lady. They are definitely showing us that the racism is all up and through here, regardless of how, rich or powerful the person is supposed to be. Just the fact that they still black, they still be getting all kind of funny stuff where these cops is concerned. And speaking of cops, we also have, the cop that has stopped Gus. Keep in mind and remember that he actually had told the guy to go ahead and leak the story and leak the information pertaining to that cop, because Gus still was not over the fact that, this cop had basically stopped him or whatever, right? So he still wants to continue with that. Now, in the meantime, when Wanda had got home, you got the boyfriend coming in crying, talking about oh my God, somebody leaked out my recording that was saying, how I didn't think that this project was about anything. Basically, the recording that he did at home with Wanda got leaked, right? And then showing how damn slow he is. 5 minutes into it and her saying, oh wow, yeah, that looks bad. He gonna turn around and talk about wait a minute, you the one that recorded it. And it's like, yeah, I did. And he was like, well, why would you do that? He was like, you bitch. And then she was like, well, why would you be leaking out my damn info about my damn case? My family or whatever, and the money, I should say, to a reporter for money. I know it was you. So he gonna talk about that's why you did this. And he was like, oh no, still basically trying to lie about it, but at the same time looking like he was ready to curse her out, and like he may even want to get physical with her. And so as soon as he did that, she was like, security. And he was like, I wasn't gonna hit you or anything like that. He was like, well, what am I supposed to do now? I ain't got no money. She gonna take our money and throw it on the floor and be like, that should help you. I said, girl, Wanda, no, I was with you till you did that. I wouldn't have gave him not one damn dollar, okay? He would have had to go ahead and leave and get up out of here on his own shit. But anyway, she threw the money down, and then she goes upstairs or whatever away from him. So we have finally thrown the trash out. I was happy to see that. Now, in the meantime, we basically have, Claudia go away and she out here, you know, doing some damn planting or something, and one of her neighbors come over and was about to give her some damn cookies, and she over here talking about, you know, take those gloves and stuff off and wash your hands before you eat it, because she was like, the stuff you use it on the plants, that's okay for plants, but if you ingest that, that's actually called a husband killer, okay? Keep that in mind, because I feel like they showed that for a daggone reason, honey. And Claudia talking about some, oh, look at you using your Wikipedia and being all smart. So, you know, they go ahead and to have some milk and cookies, all right? Now, in the meantime, Andre, like I said, had got arrested and all that. So when he gets out of jail, who's outside waiting for him but Nina? And he's like, what the hell are you doing here? He was like, I should kill you. She was like, yeah, you could do that, or you could come back and listen to what I gotta say. So when he get back to the house, it's him, Nina, Davina, and Simon, child. And he like, what the heck is she doing here? Now come to find out, he had to be thankful for Miss Davina, child, because she apparently called up Nina and was able to give them some info and put a little bit more perspective into this, where she was saying that, you know, money had been missing and she had got a call from Gideon before, right? We moving into episode 6 now. And, you know, episode 6, like I said, was called Forgive, Maybe, Forget Never, right? And so she was able to give them insight and say money was missing before. It was supposed to be in these different accounts and it wasn't there. And Gideon had called her up and was giving her different reasons why it wasn't showing in those accounts, right? And so Andre was like, well, why you didn't Ben say something? Why you didn't come to me? And she was like, shoot, I was following instructions and doing my damn job. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see nothing wrong with it. But now looking back on it, I picked up like, wait a minute, you know, some fishy stuff was going on. Not to mention that this had ended up costing me my damn job because y'all wanted to be out here accusing me of stealing. So with her bringing in this info, he's like, all right, well then let's go ahead and take this to the damn, you know what I'm saying, police. And they was like, no, we don't really have concrete info, all right? Right now it's still all speculation. So they was like, we need to get, you know, more and be able to know for sure that this is what was happening, right? We don't just want to come to them with some flimsy evidence that's not showing everything. So basically they was like, work with us, you know, clear your name at the same time and help us get the money back. So that's the plan, right? So they're all working, they're all trying to get this info. Now in the meantime, Alicia's coming into the office and she's saying Simon and, you know, Nina is missing. Like, what's going on? All of a sudden she's able, right after her taking over the company, and they like, we know that they was lying to us and they wasn't telling us everything. So when she come in the office, you know, here Gus and Mama is over here being excited, talking about, you know, oh well, now we got this money and now we got this, you know what I'm saying, info as far as the insurance, and we got things together with the company. So they feeling like it's stuff to celebrate, whereas Leisha's looking all gloomy and she's still, you know, saying how she needs to speak to Nina real bad. So when she don't get Nina, she goes into her office and she calls up Mama and she's like, look, I found these other papers in the safe, okay? It wasn't just the insurance papers. And Mama's like, what are you talking about? What did you find? And she's like, girl, what is going on? Why did Daddy have adoption papers for Wanda? And so basically Claudia standing there with a glass on her hand. She ended up dropping the damn glass and being like, what? And she was like, shut up! And then she had to apologize to her. Tell her that she's on her way home. Don't say nothing to nobody, okay? Who else knows about this? Make sure she don't say nothing. In the meantime, Alicia's like, but Mama, okay, what is going on? What is happening? Why did Daddy have these papers? And she's telling her, just be quiet. Don't say nothing. Wait, I'm on my way back home. So now, damn, Claudia got to pack it up and come back home, child, all right? Now, in the meantime, she go ahead and call up Nina and was like, girl, I need you to talk to Alicia. And she's like, I don't got time for this. I got my own stuff I'm dealing with, Claudia. She like, why? She was like, girl, because there was some damn adoption papers in there. So she's like, oh, he was going to adopt Wanda. So she's like, yeah, but I need you to go ahead and talk to her. You know, she looks up to you. Now, Alicia was saying, like, I ain't got time to sit here and talk. I mean, Nina was saying she didn't have time to talk to Alicia, right? That's what I mean to say. But Claudia flipped it back on her just the same way, like when she went to Claudia's house and Claudia was like, that's not my problem. And she told Claudia, well, it is your problem, okay? You better try it again, honey. It affects you too because of you running your big mouth with those investors when they was about to lose it. And she was saying, you know, you would end up losing your house or whatever because of your big mouth. It was kind of like the same thing. She basically told Nina, like, no, this does affect you. You better go ahead and say something. She better not find out about this. So in the meantime, Alicia's on her way to go to damn Nina's house, right, to find out about, I'm sorry, to tell her what she sees with this whole damn Wanda thing. Girl, who should she see come walking out the damn house but Nina and Andre together? So now she's thinking like, okay, Nina was over here supposedly getting Andre arrested and didn't tell us anything about that and was saying, why should she trust us? And now I'm seeing her walking out the house with Andre. So of course she thinking that, Andre is supposed to be against them supposedly and did this crime. So Nina obviously will have to be down with it. So who you think she picked up the phone to damn call? Except for Gideon. And I said, see, Nina, this is where you messed up at, because when Simon asked her, like, should we tell them what's going on, she talking about some, no, they may mess it up and they may end up leaking it to Gideon, but by you keeping it a secret in this situation, you actually messed your own self up, because of course if somebody don't know and they seeing y'all two together, what's the first thing they gonna think? Is that y'all in on this together. So she picks up the phone and we see her calling Gideon like, Gideon, I got something to tell you or whatever. I need your help. Thinking that she's doing the right thing. So now by the time, by the time Nina shows up to the office and she's sitting down to have this conversation with Alicia's basically like, girl, this whole time you've been against us. You've been playing games, whatever. And, it dawns on Nina like, oh my God, did you talk to Gideon? And she's like, yeah, and why? What difference do it make? Right? Of course I talked to him because I see that you and Andre is over here doing things behind our back. So she's like, no, girl, oh my goodness, he's the one that was stealing the money the whole time, but it would be no way for Alicia to have known that. And so she have to hurry up and call Andre and be like, he's on to us, right? Now, in the meantime, they finally all know about it and they come to Nina's house, and Nina over here talking about, trying to get them to leave, and they like, no, we ain't going no damn where. We gonna all sit down and know about this now. They was like, that's the problem with this family. We keep too many damn secrets. And so she says she's gonna go for a swim, and by the time she get back up in the house, then it's only Andre and Simon there, right? And they still talking, and she's telling him to also check some things with Gideon's wife, all right? Because she said there's a comment that Maureen made back at the office. Now, mind you, Maureen done packed up ship, y'all, and gave in her resignation letter. She said, I did what I came to do, all right? And I'm getting the heck up out of here while the getting is good. So Maureen is gone, right? Now, Andre and Nina go and they approach Gideon, and they basically tell him, look, either you could put all the money back. We know that it was you. We coming on your turf. We talking to you, you know what I'm saying? And it's all up to you. But we know what you did, right? And so we giving you X amount of time to get all the money back into the accounts. And then they start seeing all the money coming back into the accounts after going with a back and forth with him of how he did this and he did that to help them. And she said, please, with the white savior mess, okay? Just give us the damn money. That's all we care about, right? Now, Andre, of course, understandably so, at first did not even want to go through with this. All he cared about was clearing his name. But they was like, if you don't do it the way we're telling you to do it, more than likely, you're not going to be able to just clear your name in this system. You really think if it goes from head to head, like you against him, that they're going to choose you and believe you? And the way that Gideon had all the accounts set up, basically, Andre was always going to be the fall guy, was always meant to be that way from the beginning. That's how he set it up. And so, in the meantime, they did get the money back or whatever have you, right? So they happy, they celebrating. Even Mama Stella's in the office. They're all in the office. They over here toasting it, Gus, Alicia, and Wanda, they actually have a night out where they go out partying and celebrating. They still giving Sasha the side eye and saying they gonna watch her. Keep that in mind. So as we going, right, we kind of getting flashes back and forth, in and out and in between, right? One flash that we're seeing is Nina standing at the window, and it keeps repeating over and over. There's that Jennifer descendant, right? As far as the words that the father used in the will, right? As far as the child or the children go, and them thinking is about Wanda and her adoption. And then we're also seeing the kids at the club, and we're seeing Sasha go into the bathroom, child. And then Sasha get pulled by somebody. We don't know who the person is yet, but come to find out, baby is the cop. And the cop said, oh, your man came after me. Now I'm going to come after him, and you going to help me. I said, ooh, shoot. All right, we getting spicy, y'all. We getting spicy. Then we go from there to seeing a car pulling up and a guy getting out. We don't know who the guy is. And as he's saying that, we have Nina saying to Simon, those words that Dad used in the will kept coming to me. She's like, look at these notes at the bottom and what it says. She said, he says, wait a minute, 6 kids, right? Because she said, all this time I kept thinking about Wanda, but then he wanted to adopt Wanda, so that wasn't adding up. And Simon said, 6 kids, wait a minute, there's only 5 of us, so who's the other child, right? And we got a clip of Gideon walking out, right? Because Miss Claudia still got her groove back, okay? She come walking and see that her door is open. So she's like, I didn't leave the door open. So when she walking to close the door, Gideon is walking out, and Gideon says to her, you think you got away with it, didn't you? And she said, what are you talking about? Why are you in my house? She said, first of all, let's be very clear. I didn't steal the money, you did, and they already pinned it on you. They already know it's you. So you can get the hell up out of my house. You can't flip it around on me now. He said, oh no, we ain't talking about the money, baby. He said, we talking about the fact that Stephen died from a damn heart attack when he had cancer. So she said, and she said, weren't you there? Didn't you hear what the doctor said? Many people that have cancer die with heart attacks and strokes every day. He said, yeah, but me and you both know the truth, okay? We know that Stephen did not, you know what I'm saying, die of no damn natural causes, okay? He said he never even got to start the damn the cancer treatments. I said, what? He said, and I got the proof. He said, so baby, anytime, any place, anywhere, I will be on your ass like white on rice. He ain't say that, but I'm saying that, okay? He said, I'm coming for you. So basically, you better watch your back. I said, ooh, okay. So as we move on along, right, remember the guy that got out the car. He getting on out. He taking stuff out, and he coming in talking about some, oh, mama, you got here early. Baby, at the same time he's saying that, we see Nina and Simon saying, well, who the hell is this other kid? And Simon is like, you know, should we tell them? She said, no, we done had enough damn problems. We ain't telling them nothing. We gonna hold on to this, and we gonna find out who the other kid is, because we wasn't even expecting, you know, to find these other 3 siblings and have a relationship with them. And Simon talking about some, yeah. I said, no, Simon, don't listen to her, okay? Because remember the last time we told lies where that got us, right? And so who should it be, baby, when this boy come walking into the damn house but Maureen, y'all? Maureen done had a damn baby with Steven. I said, I knew it was Sinos. That's what you was in there deleting, Maureen. That was the files you was deleting, girl. That's why you got the $1 million. It's making more sense now, honey. Okay, so apparently her son is the 6th damn son child, and he in the will too, baby. I said, Anna, okay, y'all got me there. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all got me there, okay? So he coming in talking about, hi, mama, it's so good to see you. I miss you and this and that. And then when we see Nina and them again, they talking about some, you know, yeah, everything is going to work out all right. You know what I'm saying? She's saying, I'm going to be okay. And Simon over here agreeing with her, talking about some, yeah. I said, ooh, y'all is messy, baby. So, Nina, we still going to lie, girl? We still gonna lie. We still ain't learned. And mind you, while they in the club, the damn sisters Alicia and Wanda's talking about no more secrets. You know, going forward, we gonna all be open. That's the biggest problem with our daggone family, is we had so many secrets and lies, and all they did was hurt us. And so they are making a pact that they're all gonna be on one page. You know, we got this cop now about to go after damn Gus and about to use Sasha to do it. Child, messy. I'm ready for season 2, y'all. I am so ready for season 2. But that is what I got for y'all. That is my recap on episodes 5 and 6. Y'all put it in the comments. Let's discuss, how did y'all like this season? How did y'all like this series so far? If I forgot anything, put it in the comments. We will discuss it there, okay? Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you are so inclined, give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky. All right, y'all. Till next time.